This episode of eHealth Radio is brought to you by uNatural, empowering your health for those who burn the candle at both ends. Vitality combines potent super ingredients like zinc, ashwagandha, and holy basil to provide adrenal support, manage cortisol, fight fatigue, relieve stress, and maintain focused energy. Order now on uNatural.com, risk-free for 90 days. Again, that is eUNatural.com.
This is the eHealth Radio Network, your source for health advice on demand. And now your host, Eric Michaels.
Thanks for joining us once again here on the eHealth Radio Network. This is your host, Eric Michaels. eHealth Radio gives you the most current health information, news, and advice featuring some of the leading innovators in healthcare and wellness who are changing healthcare as we know it. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. Today we're speaking with Christy A. Hall, a board-certified physician assistant with nearly 20 years of experience and expertise in cosmetic, dermatology, and medical aesthetics. She is the owner of a prestigious medical aesthetics practice, Skin Appeal, and of Mikel Kristy Skincare in Tucson, Arizona. She is also the author of the #1 international best-selling book, Your Beauty Advocate, a no-nonsense guide to age-defying skincare. And Christy, thanks for joining us here today on eHealth Radio.
Thanks, Eric. I'm happy to be here.
And we're happy that you took a moment to be with us here today. So for starters, tell us, why is it important to have a daily skin ritual?
Great question. I think for most of us, we want to have beautiful, healthy skin. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel confident. And I like for people to understand what it takes to get that done. It's important to do kind of your skin ritual morning and evening and hit a certain, steps that we're going to talk about and making sure that we have that skin looking its best.
And of course, who wouldn't want that good stuff? Now, what are 4 steps to having great skin? I'd like to hear your input on that.
Right. Especially as women, we like to have beautiful skin. And I like to say, if you can roll out of bed in the morning and look in the mirror and just love what you see, that's kind of my goal for everyone. And I like to re-educate on what really gives your skin that beauty, that natural glow, that radiance that we all want. And so I break it down into kind of 4 simple steps. Too many people are really overwhelmed with the whole marketing thing. I have patients come in all the time. They're using 10 different moisturizers and they still hate their skin. And why is that? It's because really understanding the way the skin functions. Your skin is your largest organ, so if we feed it the right nutrients, it's going to function at its optimum, much as it did when you were a child. And we look at that as we need to cleanse the skin twice a day. So using the cleanser that's going to not dehydrate the skin, but kind of remove the dirt and the grime and the makeup as kind of step 1. Step 2 is increasing your skin's natural exfoliation process. This is not a scrubbing of the skin, but using ingredients like vitamin A retinaldehyde or alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid or lactic acid to really get into that skin and make it increase its natural cell turnover process. And what that does is it makes your skin produce its own moisture again. So if you think of children's skin, they never need moisturizers, and it's because that skin is really turning over and producing its own moisture. It doesn't get clogged pores. And so if we can invent that in your skin as you get older, then you'll have that youthful skin again. And then also protecting from the environment. So it's very important to use a sun protection every day. I like to use an SPF with a zinc oxide. The zinc oxide acts like a mirror to bounce off the bad rays that create all the skin cancers and skin discolorations and those kind of things. And last but not least, most of us don't want wrinkles as we get older, so we need to encourage collagen stimulation. And there's certain ingredients that we use in our skincare products that will increase that natural collagen production again. And the powerhouse ingredients, as I like to call them, are like vitamin C topically on the skin, retinaldehyde vitamin A, and also peptides and growth factors. So those are kind of the 4 steps that we look at for having great skin.
And your input is much appreciated and certainly helpful as well. What are 3 layers of skin rejuvenation in the aging process? Touch on that.
Yeah, so again, kind of the aging process goes beyond just kind of taking care of the skin. I like to tell my patients when they come in, and they usually come in because they want to look younger, they want to look more refreshed, less tired, and that really kind of takes looking at, that aging process on 3 different layers. So number 1, we want to do those 4 skincare steps that we talked about every day so that we have really beautiful skin. But it's also great to do a little deeper collagen stimulation and a little bit deeper sun damage reversal with lasers or chemical peels or microneedling treatments at least once a year, preferably 2 or 3 times a year. One of my favorite treatments is BBL. It's a broadband light photofacial treatment. It has no healing time, so it's really kind of easy to fit into your life. And we know based on studies that Stanford University did that it really helps prevent the aging process on the skin. So doing your daily skincare, hitting it a little bit deeper at least once a year, preferably a couple times a year. But also most of the change that happens and makes us look tired is under the skin. So really understanding that under the skin you're losing the bone and the fat and the muscle, and that's what makes us have dark circles under our eyes. That's what creates the jowls, the saggy necks, the downturn of the mouth where we don't look very refreshed anymore. And you can't really fix that with treating the skin. We need to get under the skin with dermal fillers, so like Restylane and Juvederm, to really re-inflate the face and lift it back up.
Certainly some helpful information so far, and really appreciate it, Christy, and also inspiring and motivating for those to take action and take the proper steps to making our skin look great and also be healthier as well. Now, here's what your adrenal system needs: zinc, ashwagandha, holy basil, and rhodiola. What it doesn't need is another cup of coffee. Get natural support at unatural.com. Take 15% off of our 100% pure formula with eHealth 15 at checkout on unatural.com. Again, that's eHealth 15 at eunatural.com. Today we're visiting with Christy A. Hall, a board-certified physician assistant with nearly 20 years of experience and expertise in cosmetic dermatology and medical aesthetics, and the author of the #1 international best-selling book, Your Beauty Advocate, a no-nonsense guide to age-defying skincare. And she's joined us here today on eHealth Radio's Dermatology and Skincare channels, a part of the eHealth Radio Network. Now, Christy, what are the benefits of injectables? What about lasers as well?
Yeah, so just like I talked about, it's good to really deeply stimulate that skin with lasers. If you have a lot of sun damage where you have a lot of wrinkling on the skin, larger pores, red and brown discolorations, the lasers are really going to step in and reverse that for you. It's hard to make a significant change with those kind of damages with just a topical skincare regimen. So lasers, like some of my favorites are like the Forever Young BBL that we just talked about. Halo laser is a fractionated resurfacing laser that I absolutely love. It reverses the red and the brown. It helps tighten and lift the skin. It reverses wrinkles. And then one of my new favorites that's kind of a newer technology is called Neogen Nitrogen Plasma Resurfacing. So it kind of takes place of all of those older lasers where we were just miserable afterwards, but we can get the nice reversal of those deep changes without having the downtime. And then injectables, if you really want to look ageless and have ageless beauty, everyone needs to kind of do injectables. And that's where, we go into lifting the dark circles so we don't look tired anymore, pulling the face back up by recontouring where the bone and the fat muscle loss has created a sinking effect to the skin. So we want to lift that back up. And there's a lot of things we can do with injectables. And in the right hands with the right provider, you can look very natural. So the irony of it is the best injectables are the least noticeable because people just think, wow, you look really refreshed, but really don't know why.
And of course, you got to love that. Now, what can we do about saggy jowls and necks?
Yeah, so this is a big thing. I mean, a lot of people come in with saggy necks, and really, again, understanding what created the saggy neck. It's a two-stage process. Number one, it's the bone loss in the jawline that really creates those jowls and then the sagging in the neck area. And then also the collagen loss in the skin that contributes to the crepiness look on the neck. So to approach that area, we really need to kind of recreate the definition in the jawline and pull that up. Now, you can do that with surgery. Surgery is just kind of pulling the skin tighter over a sunken area, or you can do it with dermal fillers where we actually recreate the volume and reinflate that area to kind of lift the skin back upward like it did before. And then you can approach it with doing skin tightening treatments. Now, I think a lot of people kind of fall into this where they'll think like they'll do a magical skin tightening treatment and, they'll have a neck lift result. And I think a lot of people get disappointed because they've just spent a lot of money and don't get the results that they want to see. So really understanding that it's about reinflating and relifting that area is going to be the primary thing, and then we skin tighten, because you have to work on the right layer to get the right result. So skin tightening can be with ultrasound treatments like Ulthera. I love Exilus because it's a combination of radiofrequency and ultrasound, so we're getting kind of two different modalities to really stimulate that collagen production. Radiofrequency microneedling is a great treatment as well. It uses little microneedles to insert into the skin to get to that dermis, the deep layer of skin, to really build that collagen by delivering an electromagnetic wave. So, again, like working on it from a rebuilding the structure and then working on the collagen stimulation with some skin tightening devices is how I recommend that.
And of course, thanks for your insight and advice in those regards. Now, here's the big question. How does one achieve ageless beauty?
Ageless beauty, that's something I like to achieve, but everyone has a different definition for that. And again, kind of thinking of, let's work on those three layers. Let's have beautiful skin by nurturing it every day with the right skincare ingredients. So really targeting it at, we need to cleanse the skin, increase the natural exfoliation process, we need to stimulate the collagen, and we need to protect the skin. So any skincare product that you're choosing to do, like Mikel Kristy, hopefully, you're going to get those great results with that. But then also thinking about working on that deeper layer. So, people that age the most gracefully, kind of do all of these things. Great skincare, and then maybe even just doing a photofacial BBL or a halo treatment once a year, and then getting underneath the skin with fillers to kind of lift and recontour so that we're not falling and sagging.
Christy, really appreciate you taking a moment to be with us here today to share your expertise here. And I'm sure listeners want to know how they could connect with you, get further information, and also pick up your book, Your Beauty Advocate. Where's the best place online to do so?
Absolutely. So my book is available at yourbeautyadvocate.com. And then my skincare line and more about me or my medical practice, you can go to skincaremk.com, and that's skincaremk.com. I'm happy to do a virtual consultation with anyone, answer any questions. So I love to educate, so please reach out.
Certainly easy enough, and we'll include links within the show notes of this broadcast to further help as well. Again, Christy, all the best, and thanks for joining us from Tucson here today on eHealth Radio.
Thank you, Eric. It was fun.
It certainly was, and let's do it again. We've been speaking with Christy A. Hall, the owner of a prestigious medical aesthetics practice, Skin Appeal, and of Mikel Kristy Skincare in Tucson, Arizona. She's also the author of the #1 international best-selling book, Your Beauty Advocate, a no-nonsense guide to age-defying skincare. And for all the details, visit either skincaremk.com or yourbeautyadvocate.com. And again, this has been your host, Eric Michaels, and we do thank you for your continued support of the eHealth Radio Network. Join us again soon for another episode that will help further expand your knowledge on those things that are important to your health and wellness. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. And as always, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the eHealth Radio Network. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit eHealthRadioNetwork.com.
This episode of eHealth Radio was brought to you by UNatural, empowering your health for those who burn the candle at both ends. Vitality combines potent super ingredients like zinc, ashwagandha, and holy basil to provide adrenal support, manage cortisol, fight fatigue, relieve stress, and maintain focused energy. Order now on unatural.com, risk-free for 90 days. Again, that's eunatural.com.